Hello friends, today we are going to learn about when unrealized rent shall be excluded. Explanation to section 23 subsection 1. So if these four conditions are satisfied, then unrealized rent will be deducted from step number 2. Up till now we have learned step number 1, that is reasonable expected rent of the property. In that we had learned MV or FR, whichever is higher but subject to SR. So in that what you have to do, you have to take the higher value from MV and FR. Then you have to compare the same value with SR. If it is less than SR, then you have to consider that value. That means you have to again compare whatever is the answer for MV or FR, and then you have to compare with SR. If it is less than SR, then you have to consider that answer. That means again you have to do whichever is lower. Now step number 2, you have to deduct unrealized rent, but unrealized rent will be deducted only on the basis of these four conditions. But before today in this lecture we are going to cover so many examples to have a better understanding about how to find out the GAV, that is gross annual value. But for that you have to watch the video till end. If you have any doubt during the session, then you can write down your doubt in a comment box. I will try to reply for the same. But before I proceed further, if you want to know such kind of concept about direct tax, indirect tax, personal tax planning, e-accounting, then you can go to my playlist and you can find out the videos for different subjects and you can cover your full subject. Now let's start our lecture. So if these four conditions are satisfied, then you can say that unrealized rent will be deducted. First step is the tenancy is bona fide. What does it mean? Tenancy is bona fide means आपका जो tenancy है, it should be legal. Means वो फर्जी नहीं होना चाहिए, एकदम लीगल वे में किया हुआ होना चाहिए. Second one, the defaulting tenant has vacated or all the steps have taken to compel him to vacate the property. That means टेनेंट ने प्रॉपर्टी खाली कर दिया है, या तो फिर आपने सारे स्टेप्स जो प्रॉपर्टी वेकेंट करने के लिए जरूरी था और सारे स्टेप्स आपने कंप्लीट कर लिए हैं. मीन्स पहला क्या है कि टेनेंसी बोनाफाइड होना चाहिए, कुछ भी जैसे रियल टेनेंट होना चाहिए. सेकंड, आपने टेनेंट को प्रॉपर्टी में से कोई भी प्रॉपर्टी में से आपके टेनेंट है नहीं, या फिर आपने उसको प्रॉपर्टी में से ऑल द स्टेप्स टू कंपेल हिम टू वैकेट द प्रॉपर्टी, आपने सारे स्टेप्स ले लिए हैं प्रॉपर्टी में उससे उसको वैकेंट करने के लिए. द डिफॉल्टिंग टेनेंट इज नॉट इन द ऑक्यूपेशन ऑफ एनी अदर प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ द एसएससी. और ये भी जानना जरूरी है कि जो डिफॉल्टिंग टेनेंट है वो कोई और आपकी प्रॉपर्टी में एसोसिएटेड नहीं है. अगर कोई और प्रॉपर्टी के लिए वो एसोसिएटेड है, मींस किसी और प्रॉपर्टी में भी वो अगर वो है आपके, तो फिर आप उसको कंसीडर नहीं कर सकते. मीन्स पहले आपका टेनेंसी बोनाफाइड होना चाहिए, लीगल होना चाहिए, आपने उसको प्रॉपर्टी में से खाली कर दिया, उसकी प्रॉपर्टी आपने सारे स्टेप्स ले लिए उसको प्रॉपर्टी खाली करवाने के लिए. फिर जो आपका जो टेनेंट है जिसके साथ ये अनरियलाइज रेंट का कंसेप्ट आ रहा है, उसने कोई और प्रॉपर्टी आपके उसके अंदर भी वो इन्वॉल्व नहीं होना चाहिए. द एसएससी हैज टेकन ऑल द रीजनेबल स्टेप्स टू इंस्टीट्यूट लीगल प्रोसीडिंग फॉर रिकवरी ऑफ अनपेड रेंट. मीन्स आपने सारे स्टेप्स ले लिए हैं, आपने कोर्ट में जाया, जैसे मान लो कि 40,000 का रेंट बाकी है, 40,000 रेंट इज स्टिल अनरियलाइज, but now you have taken all the steps to recover the 40,000 rent from the tenant, or you have to persuade the assessing officer that it is useless to take 10 steps against that person, because if you collect 2-3 months, then it is very difficult to take legal actions against it, because to collect a small amount you have to pay more, because if you go by legal proceeding, your amount will be more invested to whatever you are going to receive in return. मीन्स उसके सामने वो स्टेप्स लेना, आप असेसिंग ऑफिसर को समझा सकते हो कि उसके सामने कोई भी स्टेप लेना ये यूजलेस है. तो इसलिए ये 4 स्टेप अगर फॉलो होता है तो जो आपको रेंट मिला है या मिलने वाला है हमारा सेकेंड स्टेप क्या है, देखो ध्यान से देखो, अनरियलाइज रेंट विच द ओनर कुड नॉट रियलाइज बी एक्सक्लूडेड फ्रॉम रेंट रिसीव्ड और रिसीवेबल ओनली इफ द फॉलोइंग कंडीशंस आर सेटिस्फाइड। मींस आपका सेकंड स्टेप ही है कि रेंट रिसीव्ड और रिसीवेबल आफ्टर डिडक्टिंग अनरियलाइज रेंट बट बिफोर एडजस्टिंग लॉस ड्यू टू वैकेंसी। तो आपको ये अनरियलाइज रेंट माइनस कब करना है कि जब आपका जो ये चार कंडीशन है वो सेटिस्फाई हो जाता है, तब आप वो सेकंड स्टेप में से एक्सक्लूड कर सकते हो। अदरवाइज ये इफ दिस फोर कंडीशंस आर नॉट सेटिस्फाइड देन यू कांट डिडक्ट फ्रॉम दी सेम। रेंट रिसीव्ड और रिसीवेबल का मतलब क्या होता है कि जो आपको प्रॉपर्टी में से रेंट मिलने वाला है, या दैट रेंट रिसीवेबल मींस received means already received and receivable means that you are going to receivable in future. To understand the following problems are given, so here one example is given for the same. You can by solving this example you have a better understanding. Now first one is, in the first step what is given, municipal valuation 105, fair rent 107. Now what is the concept, whichever is higher, so you have to take 107. Now standard rent under rent control act is not applicable, that means here you don't have to consider that one also. Now from, so what is the answer for step number 1, that is reasonable expected rent of the property, MV or FR whichever is higher but subject to SR. So 107 will become your answer. Now actual rent is 103, and what is your unrealized rent, condition mentioned in para 68.1 2A are satisfied, means ये सारी जो कंडीशन थी वो सारी की सारी सेटिस्फाई हो गई, मीन्स आपका ये सेकंड स्टेप का जो आंसर था वो 102 बन गया, बिकॉज रीजनेबल एक्सपेक्टेड रेंट ऑफ द प्रॉपर्टी, ये स्टेप नंबर 1 था, एंड स्टेप नंबर 2 एक्चुअल रेंट रिसीव्ड और रिसीवेबल आफ्टर डिडक्टिंग अनरियलाइज्ड रेंट बट बिफोर एडजस्टिंग loss due to vacancy. So that means your second step answer is 102. Now step number 3 is whichever is higher. So you have to consider this from these two value, higher one, that is 107. Now step number 4, loss due to vacancy. Here loss due to vacancy is not given, and period of the previous year in months, means previous year में 12 months है, ये भी जानना जरूरी है, बिकॉज हमें कितने रेंट, कितने मंथ का रेंट मिलेगा, तो हमें 12 मंथ का रेंट मिलेगा यहाँ पे, बिकॉज उसने 12 मंथ के लिए लेट आउट प्रॉपर्टी किया है, उसमें से 1 मंथ का नहीं मिला है। तो योर स्टेप नंबर 4 इज नील। सो व्हाट इज द आंसर, फाइनल आंसर, दैट इज ग्रॉस एनुअल वैल्यू फॉर 2023 assessment year 23-24 is 107. So you can check here, 107 is the step number 1 answer. Step number 2, 102. Now whichever is higher, and gross annual municipal loss due to vacancy is nil. So what is the answer, 107. Now same way different concepts are given like H2, H3, H4 and H5. Quickly we can solve this, 105 and 107 whichever is higher, so 107. Now 107 is compared with 88, so with you have to take whichever is lower, so your step number 2 is 88. Now step number 2, your actual rent received or receivable is 112 minus 2, that is 110. So step number 2 will become 110, that is written here. Now whichever is higher, step number 1 and step number 2, so 110 is the higher one. So now you have to less or deduct loss due to vacancy, and that is not given, so 110 will become your answer. So very easy. Step H3, again one more example, 1,05,000, all the answer, all the rupees are given in thousand, that means you have to add 3 zeros to it. But 105,000 and 107, whichever is higher, so higher is 107 again. So now compare with 88, so 88 will become answer for the step number 1. Now what is your rent received or receivable, 86, from that you have to deduct unrealized rent, that is 1000, so 85 will become your answer for step number 2. Now whichever is higher, 88, loss due to vacancy is not given, so final answer GAV is 88. Then H4 and H5, 105, 107, so you have to consider 107. Now compare with 135, means whichever is lower. Here 107 is lower, so your answer for house number 4 is 107. Now what is your step number 2, that is actual rent is 114. From that deduct unrealized rent, so 2, so 112 will become answer for step number 2. So what is the answer? 112. Now from this 2 value again you have to take the higher one. Loss due to vacancy is nil, and so answer is 112. Now step number house property number 5, situation B. 105, 107, higher one is 107. So compare with 135, whichever is lower. So 107 will become your answer for the step number 1. Actual rent received or receivable 97 minus 1, that is unrealized rent, should be deducted. So 96. What is the answer for the step number 3, that is step 1 or step 2, whichever is higher. So 107. And loss due to vacancy is not given, so that is why 107 will become your answer. So this way you can find out the gross annual value if unrealized rent is given. So here in this sum we are focusing on the amount of unrealized rent. One more example to have a better understanding about the same concept. X owns a house property. Municipal valuation is 1,45,000. Fair rent is 1,36,000. So from these two value you have to consider the higher one. So 1,45,000 is the higher one. Now standard rent is 1,24,000. Now compare this 1,45,000 with 1,24,000. We have to take whichever is lower. So 1,24,000 is a lower amount. So 1,45,000 and 1,24,000. Now you have to consider the lower one. So 1,24,000 will become your answer for step number 1. Reasonable expected rent of the property, MV or FR, whichever is higher, but subject to SR. But यहाँ पे थोड़ा sum में change है. It is laid out throughout the previous year, rent being 8,000 per month up to November 15. Means up to November 15, rent is 8,000. From and then after, rent is 14,000 per month. So there is a change in rent during the year. Now X transferred the property to Y from January 31, 2023. That means the property is with Mr. X only up to January 31, and then after property is sold to Mr. Y. So now in this case, is there any change in answer? Is there any change in step number 1 and 2? To find out the gross annual value for the property in the hands of X for the assessment year 2023-24. So this is very important because there is a change in rent during the month and properties sold during the previous year. So there is a change in rent during the previous year and property sold during the previous year. So these two concepts are included in this concept. So how to find out? So first of all, you have to find out MV, FR, SR according to the month. Means property is with Mr. X only for the 10 months. So every data you have to convert into 10 months. So municipal valuation is normally 1,45,000. But this 1,45,000 is not acceptable because property is with Mr. X only for the 10 months. So what you have to do? You have to divide this by 12 and multiply the same amount by 10. So that you will get municipal valuation only for 10 months, that is April to January 31. That means if you count from April to January 31, you will get 10 months. So that is why municipal valuation is converted into 10 months. So your answer is 1,20,833. So same practice or same thing we will do in the fair rent also. So fair rent is 1,36,000. It should be multiplied by 12 and divide by 12 and multiplied by 10. So that is why your fair rent is 1,13,333. Standard rent also 1,24,000 is for 12 months. So divide by 12 and multiply by 10. So you will get SR 1,03,333. Now step number 1. So with this 3 value, you will calculate step number 1. What is the step number 1? Reasonable expected rent of the property, MV or FR, whichever is higher. So from these 2 value, we will take the higher one, and higher one is 1,20,833. Now compare with the SR. So in that case, you will take lower one. So 1,20,833 and 1,03,333. So which one is lower? So 1,03,333. If SR is not given, that is not applicable. So in that case, you have to take your decision only on the basis of MV or FR. That is from these two value only you have to consider 1,20,000 and 1,13,000, whichever is higher. That will become your answer. But if SR is given, then you have to make lower thing. Means from these two value, whatever answer you will get, that is in this case we got the answer of 1,20,833. Now you have to compare with 1,03,333. You have to consider the lower part. So that is why answer for the step number 1 is 1,03,333. Now step number 2, rent received or receivable after deducting unrealized rent but before adjusting loss due to vacancy. Here also we will consider only 10 months. So 8,000 multiplied by 7.5, because property is on rent 8,000 per month for 7 months, because if you count your number of months from April to November 15. So April, May, June, July, August, September, October. That means 7, and November half. That means 7.5. So 7.5 if you consider, so 8,000, and properties with Mr. X only for 10 months. So remaining months it is for 14,000. So 14,000 into 2.5. So if you multiply 8,000 by 7.5 and 14,000 by 2.5, you will get the answer 95,000. So that is the step number 2 answer. Now you have to consider the step number 1 and step number 2, whichever is higher. So your answer is 1,03,333. So loss due to vacancy is not given, so nil. So what is the answer for a gross annual value? Step 3 and minus step 4, that is 1,03,333. So this way you will get your answer, and this is very important for MCQ purpose also. This is also very important for small example of 2.5 marks. If you have any doubt in this question, you can write down your doubt in a comment box. I will try to make reply for the same. Now, some more understanding about the same concept. This next sum is I already covered in one of the video. You can get the link for the same in I button. In that I had covered few cases, but few cases is not covered. So I'm taking the cases which is not covered in that video. Now, like here, what is the municipal valuation? I'm taking situation A, 112. What is that standard rent under Rent Control Act? Standard rent is 115. This is fair rent. Now from these two value, you have to consider the higher one. So higher one is 170. Now compare with SR, 115. Now whichever is lower. So your answer is 115. That is the answer for step number 1. That is written over here. Now annual rent is 121. Now 121 minus unrealized rent 50. So 121 minus 50. You will get 71. That is answer for step number 2. Now step number 3, step number 1 and step number 2, whichever is higher. So 115. And here there is a change in the sum. Loss due to vacancy is given. In previous sum it was not given. Means now 1 should be deducted from this. So you will get your GAV is 114. This way you can solve all the situation. What is the change? Just loss due to vacancy was not given in the previous sum, and in this sum loss due to vacancy is given. So one step is deducted, that amount is deducted. If it is not given, then whatever is the step 3 answer will become your final answer. Find out the gross annual value in the case of following properties for the assessment year 23-24. There is no unrealized rent. Means in this sum, unrealized rent was not given. But here we are focusing on loss due to vacancy. Now, again from these two, municipal valuation and fair rent, whichever is higher, that is 65. Standard rent under Rent Control Act is 59.5. That means now you have to take whichever is lower. So your answer for the step number 1 is 59.5. And what is the annual rent? 72. Unrealized rent was not given. So you have to write down in step number 2 72. And step number 3, whichever is higher, 72. Now here property remains vacant in number of months given, means it is not the rupees in thousand, it is rupees in month. So you have to find out what is the rent per month, because number of months are given. So how to find it out? So what you have to do, you have to 7 multiply 72 by 1 and divide by 12. So 12 6 are 72 and 6 ones are 6. So your loss due to vacancy in first situation is 6,000, because rupees is given in thousand. But we will write down, because we have given the title of computation of gross annual value in thousand. So we will deduct here only 6, because all rupees are in thousand. So now if you deduct 72 minus 6, then you will get 66 for the answer for step number 5. So same way, this sum is focusing on how to find out the loss due to vacancy if loss due to vacancy is given in months. Now different situations are given, like 61, 66, higher one is 66, compare with SR 59, that means 59 will become your answer. Now 57 is second step answer, unrealized rent was not given, so 59 will become your answer. Then rent for the property remain vacant in month, it is given in month only, and that month is converted into rupees only. If these rupees are were not given, then whatever formula I taught you, that you have to apply to find out this 6. But in this sum, loss due to vacancy is already given in rupees, so you don't have to do it, you don't have to. But if it is not given, then you have to apply the same concept which I had applied here. So it is 7.125, so 7.125 will be deducted and 51.875 will become your answer. So all this sum you can do here. So 60 and 64.5, so 64.5 will become your answer, then compare with 63. So answer is 63. Annual rent is 72, so answer is 72 for step number 2. Now 30 will be deducted as a loss due to vacancy and 42 will become your answer. Simple. Situation A, 80 and 78, so 80 will become answer, this will become answer. And now compare with SR, whichever is lower. So it is lower value is 80, so that is why 80 will become your answer. Then annual rent is 72, so 72 you have to write down here in step number 2. Then again whichever is higher, so 80. And loss due to vacancy is 18, that is given in the example. If you deduct it from 80, then you will get 62. Now B situation, 80 and 78, so higher is 80, again standard rent 76, so lower is 76, so you have to consider 76. And here rent received and receivable is not given, so you have to write down nil. And what is this step number 3, 76. So here you have to understand, if you are not receiving any rent, then also your step number 1 will become answer. So what is the logic in this and what is the understanding in this? If you are not getting any rent, then also property will be taxable, because we are charging the tax on the earning capacity of the house, not on the actual earning. So that is why in this situation B, we are getting nothing, but then also we are finding out the income on the basis of notional income, because you will get notional income by applying step number 1, and it is given. So even though you are not getting single rupees in situation B, then also your step number 3 is 76 due to step number 1. Now loss due to vacancy, it is not possible because you have not let out the property. So here step number nil, loss due to vacancy is 76. Here loss due to vacancy is 12 मंथ्स, दैट मीन्स पूरा का पूरा 12 मंथ्स के लिए प्रॉपर्टी वैकेंट रह गया है। तो एंड you have proved that it is a loss due to vacancy, so that means you have to deduct loss due to vacancy 76, so 76 minus 76, that is nil, because property is not let out। तो यहाँ पे आपका स्टेप नंबर 3 का आंसर तो आ गया, बट लॉस ड्यू टू वैकेंसी यहाँ पे 12 मंथ्स का दिया था, बट अमाउंट नहीं दिया, तो दैट मीन्स यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट द अमाउंट। एंड हाउ टू फाइंड आउट? So now rent is not given, so whatever is your answer for the step number 3 will become your loss due to vacancy, because actual rent is not given, so it is not possible to find out loss due to vacancy, and this situation is very important, you have to keep in mind। So here in this situation there are chances that you will make mistake, because loss due to vacancy is not given, so what you will do, you will directly write down nil in situation number B in step number 4, but it is not like that। आपको लॉस ड्यू टू वैकेंसी यहाँ पे 76 जो आपका 7 स्टेप नंबर 1 का आंसर है वही लिख देना है और नील लिख देना है, तो दैट यू टू कीप इन माइंड। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सिचुएशन है, दिस कैन बी आस्क्ड इन एमसीक्यू आल्सो। नाउ स्टेप नंबर, now next sum 140 and 150, whichever is higher, so you have to consider the higher one 150, then compare 120 with 120, so obviously 120 will become your answer because we are taking the lower one, and here 96, so now in this case whichever is higher, so 120 will become your answer। So now loss due to vacancy is 80 rupees, that is given in the sum, so 40 is your gross annual value। Last one, that is not the new thing, 140 and 150, higher one is 150, compare with the SR, lower one is 120, that will become your answer for the step number 1। Annual rent is 144, so that is your step number 2, because loss due to vacancy is not given। Now compare the these two value and you have to consider the higher one, so 144 will become your higher value, and then loss due to vacancy, that is to be deducted, means 10 will be 120 will be deducted from the answer, and what answer will become, so 144 minus 120, 24। तो मीन्स यहाँ पे आपको लॉस ड्यू टू वैकेंसी फोकस किया गया है, किस तरह से उसको कैलकुलेट करना है और किस तरह से उसका आंसर आएगा, उसको ज़्यादा अंडरस्टैंडिंग करवाने के लिए ये सम दिया गया है। और एक ही सिचुएशन था जहाँ पे आपको कोई एनुअल रेंट नहीं मिला है, तो लॉस ड्यू टू वैकेंसी नहीं दिया था, तो आपने क्या किया, जो एनुअल रेंट था आपका वही आपने लॉस ड्यू टू वैकेंसी में ले लिया, बाकी सारी सिचुएशन एकदम इजी था। नाउ फाइंड आउट द ग्रॉस एनुअल वैल्यू इन द फॉलोइंग केसेस फॉर द असेसमेंट ईयर 23-24, देयर इज नो अनरियलाइज्ड रेंट, मींस यहाँ पे भी अनरियलाइज्ड रेंट नहीं दिया, बट यहाँ पे है ना एक थोड़ा अलग से कंसेप्ट दिया है, तो हम देखेंगे कि म्यूनिसिपल वैल्यूएशन एंड फेयर रेंट। म्यूनिसिपल वैल्यूएशन इज इन एक्स 61,000 and 1,08,000, so whichever is higher, so 1,08,000 will become your answer। Now your standard rent is 60,000, so whichever is lower, so your answer is 60,000। so here your step number 1 is 60,000, and same way you will do 61 and 30, so first step MV or FR, whichever is higher, but subject to SR, means now you have to compare with SR, in both the situation your answer is 60,000, so that is written over here, reasonable expected rent of the property MV or FR, whichever is higher, but subject to maximum of SR, so 60,000, 60,000। Now second step, rate of rent and old tenant from April 1 2022 to June 30 2022, 5,000 and 2,000, and new tenant from July 1 2022 to December 31 2022, rate is per month is 9,000 and 2,500। so there is, it is a situation where property remains vacant। so now from April to June, April, May, June, 3 months, and then July to December, July, August, September, October, November, December, 6 months। so you have to make the calculation like that, but हमको कैसे कैलकुलेशन करना है वो आपको बताऊं। यहाँ पे रेंट रिसीव्ड और रिसीवेबल आफ्टर डिडक्टिंग अनरियलाइज्ड रेंट बट बिफोर एडजस्टिंग लॉस ड्यू टू वैकेंसी, so 96,000 and 28,500, that is given in the situation, you don't have to find it out, means 96,000 is your actual rent received or receivable if there is no vacancy, कोई भी वैकेंसी नहीं है तो इतना आपको रेंट मिलने वाला था। ये सिचुएशन नया सिचुएशन है कि अगर आपने पूरा घर को बेचा नहीं है, यहाँ पे पहले एक सम में क्या किया था, आपने घर को सेल किया था, यहाँ पे you have not sold the property but you have let out the property for some duration, only for 10 months, but then also you have to consider that property is let out for the full year, and here actual rent received and receivable is already given in the situation. So 96,000 and 28,500 was given, so you have to consider that, and unrealized rent was not given. So directly you write down the step number 2, 96,000 and 28,500. Now step number 3, whichever is higher, so from these two value you have to consider the higher one. So from this two one situation, first second situation is higher, and from these two first situation is higher. So your answer for step number 3 is 96 and 60,000. Now step number 4, loss due to vacancy. So loss due to vacancy is given 27,000 and 7,500. So directly deduct it, 27,000 and 7,500. So you will get loss due to vacancy, because if you find it out how this loss due to vacancy, if you think in deep, you will get property remains vacant for 3 months because it is let out only for up to December. That means 9 into 3, so 27,000, and 25 into 3, 7,500. So by multiplying it by 3 months, you will get the answer. And for remaining months, it is not let out. And what rent you will consider, that is new rent you will consider 9,200, 2,500. So by this way also you can find out loss due to vacancy if it is not given in the example. So now what is the answer for gross annual value? 69,000 and 52,500. Now next one, find out the gross value in respect of the following properties for the assessment year 23-24. So these are the different situation given. Now here also municipal valuation 140, fair rent 145, standard rent 142, actual rent if the property is let out throughout the previous year 2023-24 means 168, means again you have to consider from these two, and now you have to compare it with a 142. So obviously 142 is the lower one, so that will become your answer for the step number 1. So here we will write down step number 1, 142. Now actual rent received or receivable if property is let out previous year 22-23. That means 168 minus unrealized rent for 22-23 and unrealized rent for the previous year 21-22. Means आपको यहाँ पे ये याद रखना है कि whatever unrealized rent for the preceding previous year is not to be considered. Only unrealized rent for the current previous year you have to deduct. So 168 minus 14. So if you deduct 168 minus 14, you will get 154. So it is written over here in step number 2. So here rent received or receivable after deducting unrealized rent for the current previous year, but before adjusting loss due to vacancy. Here one more word is added, current previous year. Means only unrealized rent for the current previous year you have to deduct. Unrealized rent of earlier year is not considered. So answer for the step number 2 is 154. Now you have to consider the higher one, 154. Loss due to vacancy is given half month. So on the how can you find out 168 is for the 12 months? So for half you have to multiply 168 by half and divide by 12. So you will get 7. So that is why gross annual value in step number 3 minus step number 4 is 147. If you deduct from this 7, you will get 147. Now these two situation 180 and 185. So consider the higher one 185, then compare with SR 175. So here we have written 175 and 168. You have to actual rent of the property let out to 168 minus unrealized rent for the current previous year 42. So if you deduct 42 from 168, you will get 126. Now you have to consider the higher one, step number 1 and step number 2, whichever is higher. So 175 loss due to vacancy is given 14. So if you deduct from this, you will get answer is 161. What is the next situation? 180 and 185. So consider 185, then compare with 175. So your answer is 175, that is written over here. Now 168 minus unrealized rent for the current previous year 1. So 167. So higher is 175. Loss due to vacancy is 14. So 161 will become your answer. Now you can solve it on yourself also, but then also I am just solving remaining two situation. You have to pause the video for some time and get the answer on yourself to boost your confidence. Now 140 and 145, so higher is 145 compared with 142. So what is the answer for the step number 142? That is written over here. Now 168 minus 70, so you will get 98. So 98 will be the step number 2 answer. Now compare step number 3, 142 will become your answer for step number 3. So now loss due to vacancy is given 42, that you have to deduct. So what is the answer? 100. Last situation, 231, 262. So what is the answer for this step, this MB or FR? 262 compare with SR 241. So your answer for the B situation is 241. Now actual rent received minus unrealized rent for the current previous year, 42 will be deducted, 210 will become your answer for step number 2. So 241 will become your answer because step 1 or step 2 whichever is higher. Now loss due to vacancy is 105, and so 241 minus 105, so 136 will become your answer for the gross annual value. So this way you can find out gross annual value. So this is the enough practice that I had provided to you to find out the gross annual value for all the situations. If you have still any doubt, you can write down in the comment box. I will try to make reply for the same. Thank you very much for watching my video till end. Have a nice day. Bye.